Man, I gotta be honest with you all. I've had a lot of dope performances, a lot of amazing stages I've set foot on, but I can definitely say that I am particularly excited about this one. This weekend, I am going to be in Tupelo, Mississippi for TupeloCon. For those of you that have stuck with me throughout my journey when it comes to becoming a legendary nerdcore hip-hop artist, you all know that the very first convention that I ever performed at was at Nerdvana in Oxford, Mississippi. And even to this day, I'm still grateful and I feel indebted to Stacy Kirby because he was the first convention owner that ever gave me a shot. And because he gave me that shot, it opened doors for me to be able to perform at other conventions. All it takes, man, is that one opportunity. When one person gives you a chance, it seems like everything else becomes a cakewalk. So the second convention I performed at here in Mississippi is TupeloCon. I applied to perform in the panel room. It went rather well. The performance went well. Only thing about it is that I want to get on that main stage. But this year is completely different because the director of TupeloCon actually reached out to me in regards to my panel, my performance panel, and he said he was interested in having my performance on the main stage, which is what I wanted. Like in 2024, TupeloCon is a 2-day event. When I did my performance panel that Saturday, I decided to go the following day, walk around, try to find a director or whoever was in charge of getting guests for the convention and things like that. But all I can remember was looking at the main stage. I just said it from the bottom of my heart, like literally from the deepest depths of my soul. I said I was going to be performing on the main stage. Well, I was supposed to perform last year, but the weather was so bad during that time and it devastated it. So they had to postpone TupeloCon 2025 and have it this year. So it's just, everything works out the way it needs to. Man, when I say that I am beyond excited for this weekend, oh goodness gracious, I am. I have set foot on so many stages. I have performed at, I think it's like what? This makes the 19th performance, but that's neither here nor there. Be it festivals or conventions, I have performed at so many amazing venues. But this one, TupeloCon 2026, I've been looking forward to this ever since last year. And you know what? Let me take this opportunity to give a shout out to Nerdvana and Stacy Kirby, the man that actually gave me that shot, gave me that chance to be able to show what I could do as a nerdcore hip-hop artist, because when he gave me that shot, it opened so many doors up for me to be able to perform at other venues. So I just want to say, Stacy, if you're watching this video, man, I hope that all is well with you. But yeah, shout out to them, most definitely. Shout out to Nerdvana, man.
Turn right.
This ride is going to be completely different. This trip is going to be completely different than how it went from the first time. It was freaking terrible. All the psychotic behavior I had to deal with in the back seat, the narcissism, the absence of consideration, Like, it was just terrible. Like, literally, like, day 2 of TupeloCon 2024 was an absolute nightmare. Thank God I don't have to deal with that anymore. You all are probably wondering, like, well, Geekster, what are you talking about? Like, why was TupeloCon 2024 so bad if you got to perform? Well, I'm glad you asked that question. I'm glad you all are wondering that question. And to answer that question, I'm going to say this. This story in particular is going to be unique because this vlog, a story inside of a story. And this story in particular is going to be centered, well, partially centered around a particular individual that came with me on the second day of TupeloCon 2024. An individual that really had no business even coming with me in the first place. Now, I'm definitely going to get in depth about that. But you know, with me, I did my New Year's resolution, and a part of that was, you know, refraining from name dropping. So I won't use this person's real name, but we'll just call them Anna. Now, to let you all know what Anna did and how things got so bad during that time, we're gonna have to go back, way back. We actually have to go back to 2022, toward the weekend of TupeloCon 2024. So stay tuned. Greenwood, Mississippi. I will not lie, it's been so long since I drove through this part of Greenwood. Like, I'm so excited to, you know, break down this story. Like, and to tell you the truth, like, my trip to Tupelo, well, I won't even lie. Day two of TupeloCon, I won't even lie. I won't even lie. Day 2 of TupeloCon 2024 was a lot like this. It was actually sunny, just like it is today. Memories. Memories.
In half a mile, keep right. In 0.6 miles. Turn left. In half a mile. Turn left.
Crap.
In a quarter of a mile. Turn right. In 0.1 mile. Turn right. Turn right. Turn left.
Lord, look at all these freaking people. And man, this parking lot is full. Dang. Will I be able to find a parking space? Good God. This reminds me of WasabiCon in Jacksonville. Like, the parking lots were full. Well, except the parking lots. I don't think there weren't any parking lots at the Osborne III Convention Center. But good God. The line starts there and it goes all the way up there. This is a clear sign that this year is going to be a fantastic year for this convention. God, there's so many people. It was bigger than it was in 2024, though, honestly.
Do you know where your table is? I was told it was in the third left on the left side.
To the super nerd. It's supposed to be for tomorrow, but okay.
What did you say your name was?
Geekster, but unless they got my first and my last name on there.
First and last name.
Lawrence Luton.
Okay, I got you.
Nice.
Let me go ahead and get you a guest pass made up.
Nice. I like the cosplay.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I try to go all out, you know.
You did. You even got the hair color accurate.
Yeah, I got it. I don't know. Does it look right?
It does. It does.
There you go.
Sweet. Thank you, sir. Son of a... You all know me. Final Fight is my favorite video game. Case in point, I want to have a mixtape about it. Speaking of which, Final Fight the mixtape on all streaming platforms. Mother, son of a... see. Okay, we want a screw down. Crap. Mother. We want so screwed up. Crap. It's a real. It's up. Okay, now I'm angry. Shut up. Shut up. Okay, you're lucky. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Okay. I'll let you have that one. Y'all just jump at me. Yeah. Try to be nice. I won't lie, that was fun, but I had to return to my side quest. Had to.
And so talk to me a little bit about what that experience was like, especially versus going to that and maybe some animator shows and things you were doing.
Well, it was really crazy because it was a voice match. So I had to audition to match his voice. And when I got to the studio, it was just the engineer and me and the black and white print to dub. And I asked her, why am I here? What do they want? And she said, I don't know. Did they tell you? And I said, no. I said, because you're working. No, not really. And so,
oh, you check right there. I'm going for some.
Ooh. Oh, sorry. Ah, that's freaking dope.
What's happening, y'all?
Oh,
Sorry, sir.
it's okay. Crap. Now I'm going to take you all someplace very, very special. When I say that it's all coming back to me like a flood. And as a matter of fact, this is actually where I was performing. I won't lie, that was fun, but I had to return to my side quest. Had to.
That's one of my all-time favorite series. I didn't even realize until this week I was a little bit research audio work, but some IMDb that you did work on Tupelo. And so talk to me a little bit about what that experience was like, especially versus going to that for maybe some animator shows and things you did.
Well, it was really crazy because it was a voice match. So I had to audition to match his voice. And when I got to the studio, it was just the engineer and me and the black and white print to dub. And I asked her, why am I here? What do they want? And she said, I don't know. Did they tell you? And I said, no. I said, because of the work. No, not really. And so,
Oh, you check right there.
Ooh. Oh, sorry. Oh, that's freaking dope.
What's happening, y'all?
Oh,
Sorry, sir.
it's okay. Crap. I can definitely say that when it comes down to this, if Anna wasn't here, if Anna would have been here, I still would have been associated with her. I never would have been able to even enjoy myself like this. Well, I am confused in a major way. Now, for those of you that have been tuning in so far, I accepted the side quest of cosplay bingo. Now, I thought I was doing a pretty good job, but then there's a guy that took over the table, and when I tried to, show him, the task I was doing, he just he sucked the fun out of it. I won't even lie to you. What he did was he just put a whole lot of stickers on accomplishments I didn't even do yet. And he got me this. Now, this was supposed to be the prize you get once you complete all the side missions on the bingo paper. But they just said screw it and let me have it. I don't like this feeling because I really didn't put in the work to earn it. So I'm feeling some kind of way. I really am. Woo. What's going on, everybody?
Hey, man, how you doing?
I can't complain. It's been a while since I've seen you all.
I know. Yeah, man, how you been?
Oh, man, I can't complain. You all know I'm performing main stage tomorrow, though, right?
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yep, at 2 o'clock.
Awesome.
So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Woo.
He's the guy that performed from the last time. Yeah.
Man, and what's so funny about it is I thought it was supposed to start off as a panel performance. But I guess they must have heard word or something, and they said they were interested in having my performance main stage.
Awesome. That is awesome.
At least, hey, we've never made it to the main stage.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you all are freaking awesome.
Oh, we'll get there eventually, but we just ain't made it yet.
Shoot, if anything I can do to help, I'll definitely do what I can.
Hey, yeah, we'll definitely come see you tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, thank you so much, y'all.
Let me go drink.
Okay, so while I was having my rant, out of nowhere, a guy just walked up to me and shook my hand and said I had positive energy. And, I told him the reason why is probably because I'm in my element and I have to perform tomorrow. So when I told him what I do, which is I'm a nerdcore hip-hop artist, he asked me to spit something for him. And the most unusual thing happened. When I started rapping, him and like 4 more people came out of nowhere and just stopped what they were doing and listened to me. So he told me he wants to be on stage with me to be a hype man tomorrow. I have no idea if he's being honest or not, but either way, I'm going to kill my performance tomorrow. So that's that. I just got to be honest. I feel like I was robbed of an adventure. And the reason why I say this is because now I accepted the cosplay bingo challenge, and I think I was doing a pretty good job. Getting all the stickers for each milestone I crossed. And I'm taking this serious because this is the first time I've ever been to a convention and was offered a side mission. And I was pretty excited about it. But then when I go back to be able to try to put some more stickers on my bingo paper for each thing I did, the guy that was there was saying, well, you know what? We're just going to give you the prize. Not only did this man put on 4 more stickers that I honestly did not even earn, man gave me the prize. Now, I wanted the prize, but I wanted to earn it. This is the prize. This is the prize I got. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not ungrateful. But the thing about that, the man in me wanted to earn this. Okay? And it sucks to be able to be given something when you have not earned the right to have it. So it just sucks, man. But yeah, I was really hoping to have an adventure and to see that through to the end. And I guess in so many ways I did, but not the way I intended to. So let me see now. Well, it's official, everybody. I talked to Braden Foster, the director of productions for TupeloCon. Had an amazing conversation with him, and two good things happened. Well, correction, two things came about this conversation, from this conversation. One, I'll be able to come up here tomorrow at 9 o'clock for sound check. A 15-minute sound check. Looking forward to that. And they're also going to consider me coming back next year. Might be a recurring guest. So that's definitely a plus as well. So I'm about to go book, check into my hotel room, get my mind right. And yeah, tomorrow is the big day. All right, so I'm about to head to my hotel room. Gotta get a hot dog. You already know me, I'm a foodie. But I'm cutting back on my eating because I'm working out now, trying to lose my stomach, trying to tone up, trying to get my body the way it needs to be able to perform better. So yeah, but day one of TupeloCon was amazing. Heading to my hotel room right now, get my mind right, get my laptop set up because I will need it for sound check tomorrow. Yeah, I definitely had to stop everything I was doing and to show you all this spot. Now, you all are probably wondering, why is it that Geekster done brought us to the front of the second part, the second entrance of the Tupelo Furniture Market? I'll tell you why. This is the very first time this area is where I actually had my first ever conversation with three other cosplayers. The reason why this situation was so life-changing is due to the fact that conventions like these are the only places where you can actually talk to total strangers as if you've known them your entire life. And I had that experience in this exact area. Matter of fact, my car was actually parked like literally a couple of parking spots away from here. Anna and Rio were actually able to see the interaction. Now, Rio was happy about it. Fortunately, because Anna had whatever she had going on, she wasn't able to be happy for me. I don't think she ever was, but whatever. That moment, that scenario, it opened my eyes to something remarkable. I can remember growing up, I was always told that a prophet is not welcome in his hometown. And that's true. All scriptures are inspired of God and beneficial for teaching. But I always believed that was true in my case because for a long time, people didn't really appreciate or understand nerdcore hip hop. Didn't really understand why I love rapping about video games and comic books the way I did. But I think about that. I found my lane, found my tribe, and the realization I had is this. Ever since I first started rapping, I always said that my dream was to represent people like me. Nerds, outcasts, underdogs. Those were the people I wanted to connect with. But after, my experience at TupeloCon 2024, especially that Saturday, I began to realize that that's what I was already doing. With me being a nerdcore hip hop artist from Mississippi, I realized that I represent every nerd in Mississippi. And it's not just a hobby or a passion, it is my responsibility. It is something I take seriously. And looking back on all of the performances I've done and the podcasts that I've been on, I can honestly say that I've done a rather good job. And it's only the beginning. I'm right next to a Love's. Well, I'm driving past the Love's. Strangely enough, I can feel the love
Turn right.
from Love's. And here we are. This is literally where the madness began.
Turn right.
Like the actual madness of TupeloCon. This is where all the chaos happened. This place hasn't aged at all. I remember when I remember me and Rio decided to book a room here, thinking that it would be a good moment for me, him, Anna, and her friend to just vibe and unwind. But that was an epic fail because, see, Anna's friend had to go to work the next day, which meant that we had to head back, which pissed me off because I really needed some time to decompress.
Four one seven 543 1866.
How many people?
Two.
Any pets?
No.
All of a sudden, I don't feel safe. Like, and that's the very first time I've ever dealt with that. Like, I hope nobody's in my room. Like, do people sneak into the hotel rooms?
I don't know what that meant.
I'm afraid to think about it. So now, I'm trying to be nosy. Well, there he goes. So, the situation got itself resolved. I booked my room, but it was a slight error in the system because the room was free, but unfortunately, the card was saying something else. So they were trying to see if there was somebody in their room that did not need to be there. Needless to say, I was deeply concerned about the matter, but, they handled it. But I will say this. They asked for a $50 deposit just in case the room was dirty or there were any damages. And, I paid that. That's non-negotiable. But I want my $50 back tomorrow. That's just what it is. Do you know what you can do with $50? I can pay my water bill. I can buy a salad from Jack's. And I can buy a Rip It from a gas station. I want my $50 tomorrow. All right, everybody. Here is what my room looks like. AC. And I had to put that mug on 61 degrees because I like my room cold. Sleeping bag. If you know, you know. Shoebox. Bag. Keys. Lamp. Other lamp. Coffee machine. Desk. TV. Not as big as mine, but it still looks pretty dope though. Microwave. Mini fridge. mirror, towels, cups, iron, hanger, ironing board, blow dryer, and bathroom. So, the moment of truth, the moment you all have been wondering about and wanting to know about. So, I know in the beginning, when I first started this story, I was telling you all how day 2 of TupeloCon 2024 was an absolute nightmare. And I also told you all about Anna. So allow me to take this story all the way back to the beginning. I'm going to try to paraphrase and condense this story as much as I possibly can. So please bear with me. So I came across Anna like, I'll say 2 months after my last relationship. You know, I was in a long distance relationship with a woman from Kentucky, engaged to her. Things went left. I was devastated. But I actually came across Anna around the time I started recording my Death Star mixtape. Now, the thing about that, Anna was already in a relationship. She was engaged, and so was I. But I came across Anna through a mutual acquaintance. Now, to protect this name, we'll just call this mutual acquaintance Rio. Rio's somebody I'm cool with, somebody I have a lot of love and respect for. So when I was recording at his house, I saw her. Now, of course, I knew she was fine, but I could not make a move on her because I was spoken for, and so was she. But once I was single, and me and my fiance at the time parted ways, I was thinking maybe it was time to start something new. I slid in her DMs. Um, One thing led to another. We began to message each other, and I say we actually met up. I'll say New Year's Eve of 2023. We actually did, and it just seemed like things hit off. Things really went smooth at first. Spent a lot of time together. She spent so many weekends at my house, and it seemed like just about every time I picked her up and she came to see me, we were intimate. So, and this went on for like 6 months. So when it hit that 6 month mark, I asked her what direction she felt like this was going in. So, she felt like I was trying to pressure her and said I was worried about the wrong thing. So I disregarded it. We were still doing what we were doing, still being intimate, still hanging out. I'm still thinking that we're getting closer. So 6 more months have passed. I asked her the same thing, like, it's been a whole year. Like, what do you think? She still felt like I was pressuring her. I told her no. I just said I just want to know what direction is going in. You still think we need to go slow? Cool. She decided to just say we were just friends and that's all it was. So it hurt me. It did because I was invested. It hurt me so bad that the gift that she gave me for New Year's Eve, I was about to throw it away, but it held too much sentimental value, so I couldn't. Instead, I dropped it off at her grandma's house where she lived at that time. I actually just politely put it in the yard, and just placed it in the yard, and just drove back home. So I'll say 10 minutes into the drive, she calls me, tells me that her grandma saw her, was about to call the police on me and things like that. A whole lot of craziness. I'll say some months passed by, and things got crazy. It led to situations where she started acting like I was a threat to her and her family. And I just couldn't take it anymore. So that's the So then I just literally just went off, and I'm like, "Why are you acting crazy? I haven't done anything to you." And when I went off on her, and when I lost my patience, that's when she told me that it was a lot of stuff she dealt with, a lot of sexual abuse for 10 years that she dealt with, and also the fact that in her last relationship that she was in, she dealt with abuse to the point to where when her boyfriend at the time, when she left him, he drove by her grandma's house and then found out that she was at her cousin's house at that time, and shot the house up while she and her cousin were still there. Now, I get that. That's traumatic. I still told her that had absolutely nothing to do with me. And if you haven't healed from that, then we have no business even trying to be around each other or pursue anything romantic, because you're not going to make me pay for what anybody else did to you. So she didn't see it that way. She was so traumatized and she was so narcissistic behind it that she felt like she was entitled to make other people pay for what he did to her, especially me. Um, we stopped talking for a while after that conversation went left because she felt like I was out of pocket for losing patience with her, when this is stuff that she could have told me. So I remember February of 2024. Got to meet her friends. She wanted me to drop her off in Jackson to be able to have like a quote unquote business party, well, a business trip at a hotel. I don't even think she knew what she was doing. Long story short, she and her friends ended up using me. Her friends did not have the money to put in to pay for the room, so I ended up putting up the last $140 I had, plus $30 to feed her friends, $15 a piece. Never got my money back, even though she swore that they would pay me back. And like the following day, when I asked her about it, started acting crazy, saying I had no right to ask anything about them after what I did to them, which I really didn't do anything. It's rough driving in Jackson, especially when there are certain parts of the streets that have no traffic lights. The lines in the street and stuff like that. So what I got from the conversation and what she said is that she was basically ashamed of me. Me being a nerd, me quote unquote being socially awkward. She felt like I was not a good representation of her as a friend or possible love interest. So that cut deep, but I let that slide. It just led to a series of me having to go off on her because she could never accept me as a nerd, accept me as, me and my lifestyle. Like, she really wanted to change me as a person. And I was telling Rio about it. Like, Rio knew what was going on between Anna and I ever since she and I first started talking. And the reason why that was the case is because she wanted to keep us a secret. I think only one of her friends knew everything that was going on between us. But she never told Rio, which was weird because the way she talked about him, like, you would think that was her older brother. But Rio, God bless his soul, Rio did his best to try to help. He did his best. to try to help me communicate with her in ways to where things would go smooth. So after the situation in Jackson happened, and I went off on her about it and telling her that she had no right to let her friends use me. Once again, she wanted to try to cut her ties with me. So I told Rio about it, and Rio and I came up with a plan. He said, "Do you still have to perform at TupeloCon?" I said, "Yes." He said, "What I'm going to do is try to see if Anna, you, and I can just go up there. I believe if the three of us shoot out to Tupelo and she sees you perform and we have fun, that could be the thing that is needed to smooth things out." And I was all for it because I was trying to get Anna to come to my performances anyway. I had like 5 different performances during the year 2023. I could not get her to come to any of them. The only way she would have went is if Rio asked her to. I have no idea why. But so he put it in motion. Now, here's the thing that I did not like about this situation. Anna came, but she brought one of her friends that used me during that trip to Jackson when I dropped them off for that business trip. One of the friends that I fed that owed me $15 and never paid me back and knew that she never paid me back, both of them knew, she brought one of them with her. Needless to say, I was pissed off. But, you know, I'm trying to look at it from a glass half full perspective. Anna is here. It might be fun, even though she brought this other female with her. And I'll say for like the first 20 minutes, I'm thinking that might be the case. Anna and her friend sat in the back seat while Rio and I, made our way, to Tupelo. We during this time Anna lived in Greenwood. So that's where we picked her up from. So as we're driving through Greenwood and and Rio and I are listening to them talk, Rio's phone starts blowing up, Anna's phone started blowing up. Not knowing why. So during this time, my boy Rio was in a relationship with somebody that did not trust him for whatever reason, and felt that Rio left and went to Tupelo without her so he could be able to make sexual advances toward either Anna or her friend. So everybody's phone is going off, even mine. She was even calling my phone. And when I was telling Rio about it, he was like, just put your phone on do not disturb. I put my phone on airplane mode. I could actually do that because I already like a ritual that I have or a routine that I do when I perform or when I'm about to head out to the location of my performance. I text everybody to let them know where I'm going to go, where I'm going to be, and when I'm going to be returning. So it was really no need from me to keep my phone active. So I put it on airplane mode. Rio put his phone on airplane mode as well. Anna and her friends did not put their phones on airplane mode, even though Rio told both of them to do so. So all I know is that Anna was becoming unhinged, more and more unstable. And I was starting to lose my patience with her yet again. So to keep cool, I put my headphones in. I like, you know what? 9 times out of 10, whatever's going on with Anna, Rio and her friend. The reason why Rio's girlfriend at this time is blowing them up, 9 times out of 10, it has nothing to do with me. So I put my music in. I'm chilling, but Anna is starting to get louder. And it's becoming harder for Rio and Anna's friend to calm her down. So much so to the point to where we had to literally pull the car over at the nearest pit stop just so she could go to the bathroom and get high. Like during that time, Anna was the kind of person to where she could not function unless she was under the influence. If she's not drunk or if she's not high, she can't function. She can't cope with a lot of situations. She doesn't have the mental or emotional regulatory capability or faculties to deal with certain situations. So this situation had put us behind because I did so well in my performance the first day of TupeloCon 2024 that there were some people that said, you know what? If you talk to the director, they might let you perform next year. So I'm all for it. I was telling Rio, hey, look, man, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, maybe, if Anna could just see what was going on, it'll put her in a good headspace and she'll be able to realize that I'm not weird, that what I'm doing is actually dope. Something that Mississippi as a whole is missing, authenticity. So it didn't work out that way because Anna was having a breakdown and having an episode. We ended up I ended up not being able to see the director. And I was hurt. Everybody, I was hurt. I was like, when I say that was a soul shattering moment, because don't get me wrong, I perform regardless. I was in Houston, Texas, and performed during that. No. I got scratched here. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love performing. I'll perform anywhere people will listen to real music, especially wherever nerds and geeks are, because that's where I represent. But nothing beats being able to perform in the state in which you live. Being able to perform at conventions in Mississippi and have a fan base in Mississippi where you are from, that's what I've always wanted. And when that situation did not fall through the way I wanted it to, I just felt like, okay, you know what? Maybe this is a sign that this is not for me. So I'm trying to recalibrate my thoughts. I'm trying to process everything because everything was hitting me all at once. But I wasn't able to because Anna was still acting crazy about whatever was going on with her at that time. So walked around a little bit. I still passed out business cards. Still had asked people to follow me and things like that. Because I told them I was going to be trying to come back next year for TupeloCon 2025. For some strange reason, Rio didn't get out the car until like 30 minutes later. Anna stayed in the car like they were hot boxing. So eventually, Rio came out, walked around a little bit with me and things like that. But for the most part, it was just me by myself walking around the convention. No support, none whatsoever. Well, I will say this. The only good thing that happened from day 2 of TupeloCon 2025 was an encounter with 4 other cosplayers. And the fact I was able to just casually have a conversation with them like I knew them my whole life. Like that was probably one of the best experiences of that of that experience. That and the first day. I meant to tell you all this. The first day of performing at TupeloCon 2024, well, day one when I got to perform, there was a married couple in the panel room where I was performing, and they were the only people that stayed and watched my entire performance from beginning to end. And those were the first fans I ever made as a nerdcore hip hop artist. Well, one of the first fans. And now that I think about it, I was looking for them today. I was. And I was so bummed out that I could not find them because I gave those people my word that when I perform or when I returned to TupeloCon, I would find them. Now, maybe, just maybe, they weren't able to attend today. I pray that I see them tomorrow. I'm praying I do. Like, you all don't understand, like, no matter how successful I get in this, I will always remember the people that believed in me. That's something I'll never take for granted for as long as I live. But back to the story. So when it came down to that situation, we decided that, you know, we need to get a room, just chill. So we came to this very same hotel, America's Best Value Inn. And everybody was sitting in the car. Well, I'll say this. Anna and Rio had to step out and like literally step far, far away from the car. So they were walking toward where the check-in station was, and they were talking. And they left me with one of Anna's friends that used me. So mind you, I'm already pissed off that Anna made it to where I couldn't see the director. Then you bring this girl with me, knowing that this girl finessed me and used me. I stepped outside the car. It was too much negative energy that was taking place. So, when Rio told me, "Hey, you know, we're ready to book the room," we booked the room. Things like that. When he booked the room, I didn't want to be around Anna. Didn't want to be around Rio. Did not want to be around Anna's friend. I got my stuff, man. I politely plopped myself on this bed, like so, with my blanket around me, like so, with my laptop beside me, like so. And I cried, man. I cried because I take what I do so seriously. And it seemed like the only person that understood how I felt, it was sympathetic toward me, was Rio. So as I'm trying to decompress, as I'm trying to pull myself together in this room, I hear a knock on the door. Hear a knock on the door. So, you know, when I'm hearing the knock on the door, I open it. It's Anna. So when I open the door for Anna, instead of her being calm, instead of her being respectful, she comes in and yells at me. She comes in, cussing me out. What you got going on? Why the F are you up here crying? See, this is the reason why I'm glad that we don't talk anymore. This is the reason why, even if we never speak again, I will be okay with that. You don't act like a real man. And if you were the man I needed you to be, we still be talking. We're down here trying to figure out what we're going to do because even though we want to get a room booked and stuff like that, my friend is saying that she got to go to work tomorrow and she's telling us that at the last minute, you need to grow up and man up and realize that this is not about you, and telling me that Rio's girlfriend was blowing them up because she was assuming that he was trying to get with one of them and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's a personal problem. That has nothing to do with me. Because at the end of the day, regardless of whatever y'all got going on, don't make me pay for it. So I'm trying to reason with her. She's still going off on me, still cutting me off, still telling me that what I think is irrelevant. So mind you, now I feel even worse. I feel even worse because now I can't even decompress the way I want to. So now I gotta pack my stuff back up. Had to get a refund for the room. Had to get back in the car. And the killing part is that Anna had the audacity to want to drive the car all the way back to where they lived. Now, mind you, this girl ruined the trip. Not just by bringing a friend that used me, and she knowing that she used me, but you have the nerve to have such a lack of emotional intelligence to where you couldn't even be present, even a little bit, when it came to my performance. And then you have the nerve to come here and tell me how a man is supposed to act when she never really had a real man a day in her life. Like, literally every man she had abused her. Like, make it make sense. But I tried to be cool about it, and it was an epic fail. I say like 2 days after the situation, 2 days or no, I think it was a week. A week after the situation with TupeloCon, I texted her and I told her that she was a fake friend. I said because I told her the way that you came in me, the way you confronted me about that situation and everything you said, that's not how you come at a friend. That's not how you support somebody. And I said, I lost all my respect for you because the fact that you constantly compare me to all of your friends and compare me to Rio when he and I are two different people, who are you supposed to be? And I said that you never cared about any of my dreams or my goals, even though we talk every day. And quite a few of my conversations involve my goals and my dreams. You have the nerve to just think little of them, But you live in your cousin's garage doing hair for crackhead prices. Not once did I ever shame you or bash you about it. So she got upset. She told me that she lost all her respect for me and to never speak to her again. Shoot. It's 3:41 a.m. Woke up early. Decided to stop at Love's since I'm across the street from a gas station. Got some water. Once this food digests from yesterday, I'm going to do some crunches and sit-ups. I ate so good. I ate so good last night. Like, I cannot make this up. I ate so good. Had a fantastic conversation. Was bantering with the cashier in Love's. Shout out to him. Shout out to the positive energy. Early in this morning, there's no better way to start off any day than with positive energy. And it's because of that I can say that this is how my first trip to Tupelo should have went. You know? And I think if it was just me and Rio up here by ourselves, 3:41 it still would have went good because we done hit the road many a time since I'm across the street from a gas station. But you know, some water. The fact that this is a solo mission from yesterday, I'm here by myself. Going to do some crunches and sit-ups. Going well. I ate so good. Fantastic, actually. I ate so good, you know, last night. But I can definitely say I cannot make this up. I ate so good. That's a humongous pile of dog conversation. Poop. Was bantering with, and it was great. The cashier. That dog must have been the vegetarian. Well, that's neither here nor there. Shout out to him. Shout out to the positive energy. Early trip in this morning to Tupelo. There's no better way to start off any day. This trip positive energy owes me absolutely nothing. It's because now that I have my water. I'm going to return to my hotel room. Trip to Tupelo. Lay it down a little bit until like 8 o'clock comes. You know, and I think spend the first 30 minutes getting my mind right. Rio, because at 9 o'clock a.m. I have to still would have went good because we done Furniture Market, hit the road many a sound check and had fun. And at 2 p.m. I get straight to it. Have my performance. This is a solo mission. Depending on how things here by go, myself, I might just shoot straight home after that. But going well, I enjoyed it. Fantastic, actually. Had a lot of fun, you know. But I can definitely say TupeloCon. Much love to the humongous couple of dog that is now over. And TupeloCon. Much love to that dog Braden Foster. Definitely showing that love. The point is, putting my performance on main stage. This trip to Tupelo, I can say this with the utmost confidence. Fantastic. This trip, he's not going to regret absolutely making that decision. So now that I have my water, anybody that knows me return to my hotel room, will be able to co-sign on that. Lay it down a little bit until like 8 o'clock comes. Spend the first 30 minutes getting my mind right, because at 9 o'clock a.m. I have to be at Tupelo Furniture Market for sound check. And at 2 p.m. I get straight to it. Have my performance. And depending on how things go, I might just shoot straight home after that. But I enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun. Much love to TupeloCon. Much love to the married couple that is now over TupeloCon. Much love to Braden Foster for showing that love and putting my performance on main stage. I can say this with the utmost confidence that he's not going to regret making that decision. And anybody that knows me will be able to co-sign on that. Last day of TupeloCon 2026. I I can say the same thing today that I did yesterday. It owes me absolutely nothing. I don't have that much longer before I have to head out for sound check. I already got my sleeping bag situated. Pillow and blanket included. Just gotta straighten up those pillows. You know, like I said, I'm determined to get my my $50 back. That $50 deposit. Don't play with it. Still can't believe they just gave me this, even though it was supposed to be cosplay bingo. Got a cool sticker. You know what's dope about that? This possum, right, is the mascot for Mississippi cosplayers, but they needed a name for it. So I wrote down, well, I suggested that with it being called an opossum, name him Oscar. Oscar the opossum, and they liked it. So if that's what they name him, that's what they name him. That's just what it is. Driving on my way to the hotel, handing me this flyer for Mississippi Comic Con. Might not know not sure if I go. I'm at a point now to where I don't want to go to a convention unless I'm booked to perform. Have to represent the culture. Then on top of that, you get more perks being a guest than just, being a spectator. So, but that's neither here nor there. Getting all my stuff set up, getting my mind right before it's time to go, On the come up, nerd music, man. Steve Urkel Jr. performing at TupeloCon at 2 o'clock p.m. This is nothing new. This is nothing I haven't done before. We stand down, go down, we boss up, dash out. What we reading, manga. What we playing, Smash or Zelda. What we rocking, season, cosplay. Who is we? Nerds on deck. Call me Nerdzilla. I'm fire-breathing reptile, spitting knowledge of my enemies like projectiles. It gets wild, being labeled a monster when I was just a child, trying to get in my space, but I was introverted because they didn't deserve me. I'm authentically nerdy, they deserted me. Different classmates with the same disorder. I sat in the back and read Game Informer. Perceived to be alone, look like Terry Bogard. Between video games and classwork, I'm going so hard. So far I'm still the same, I'm sorry, I'm not sorry though. Seeing classmates seem harder than Mario. Thinking she's a princess because she got a peach. If she's out of this world, that means she's not within your reach. Paint pictures of themselves that drew pics from Dragon Ball. But well, I did it. I did it. I did it, man. I successfully developed a great relationship with TupeloCon and the people here, especially the owners. My performance was amazing, outstanding, incredible. I'm just grateful to all the people that actually just came out to show love. Um, Even Southern D's lemonade. I was sipping on this even before I performed. Even now, I'm still sipping on this. I'm thankful to all the voice actors that showed me love. I can honestly say that this is what I live for, and honestly is. Being able to be here and to be amongst my own kind. And the more I do this, the more I'm able to do this, which is amazing because I'm actually the first and only nerdcore hip hop artist here in Mississippi. So I'm definitely introducing this city to, well, this state as a whole, not just TupeloCon, but Mississippi as a whole to something amazing. And it's something that makes me feel big and small at the same time. And it's something I never get tired of. I can honestly say, I know I say it a lot, but I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I can't think of being anything other than Geekster the Super Nerd. I can't fathom anything else. But you all are probably wondering how the story concludes between Anna and I. Well, last year in May. Well, last year in February, we tried to work on our communication and try to become better friends. It just seemed like things were cool at first, communication wise. Then it got to a point where once again, she wanted me to do a whole lot of stuff for her. And it just went back to the norm. And by the norm, I mean me wanting, and by the norm, I mean her calling me at like 12 o'clock at night, wanting me to take her places, doing favors for her. Only difference is that this particular last time, she actually paid me. So I say that was a little different. But one particular day, I was she asked me to take her to see one of her friends. And I had a performance panel that I was getting ready for. And she asked me to pull up chat GPT on my phone. I was embarrassed that I didn't have data, so I lied about it. I lied like I was pulling it up. And I doubled down on the lie when she called me out on it. And it led to a point to where her mood just changed, like it was like a night and day difference. Like it changed just like that. Accused me of showing me her truth. Accused me of showing her my true colors. That I never changed. I'm not trustworthy and all this other stuff. Dropped her off on the way back home and stuff like that. She's calling, well, not calling, but she was texting me and trying to see if I was making it back home safely. Then the following morning, she texted me and was saying we have to talk. She called me and literally just started going crazy yet again, saying that I was a liar, saying that the last favor I was supposed to do for her, which was clean up her new house and things like that, I didn't do it because come to find out that her friend had to pay her cousin $10 to be able to do it, and asking me why do I lie so much and is it a defense mechanism? And at that point, I just lost patience with her, went off of her, and I just told her, even if I did tell you the truth, you wouldn't believe me. So, accused me of showing her my true colors, said she didn't want to be friends, didn't want to try to work things out, which led to a back and forth of text messages between she and I, until I just realized that I was beating a dead horse. So I finally just told her I deserved better. I told her she was not the kind of friend or girlfriend I needed in my life because she wasn't all the way put together mentally. I told her that she had the nerve to be able to make me seem like a bad guy when she allowed her friends to use me. And I told her that nobody was going to put up with her psychotic behavior the way I did. And for as long as I did. Then she said something that I will never forget. She said, "Good. My life is so much better when you're not a part of it. Take care though." So after that, I guess she responded to the first text message because, like, you know how you send like a lot of sentences in one text message and they have to break them down into individual parts. So she responded to the first part, but when she saw everything else, I guess she wanted to respond because I said like 10 minutes after I sent that text message and I said what I felt I needed to say, I get an email from a law firm in Jackson saying that Anna wanted a cease and desist order sent to me. So this law firm acted on her behalf and sent it to me. But see, I guess she did that because I finally told her about herself and because I blocked her afterwards. So it's crazy. It is. But it didn't really bother me because I was done. When you're done, you don't care what anybody says. You don't care what they do. You just stop engaging with them. And I think about all the times she told me I didn't fit her standards, but yet she was still dealing with me. And honestly, I can say that not only was she right, but she never fit my standards either. Here's why.
I think we may have done it. He also, this one.
Ooh, and it's perfect. That is perfect.
I think we've done it.
And this is probably one of the most unique things I've bought. Like ever.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get over the 3-eye, 2-mouth Furbies.
Oh yeah, the Siamese twins?
Furbies, they messed me up back in the day.
Well, that's fair though.
Yeah, my
that's
sister
really
messed
fair.
with it so much that it was now like mean and nasty.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there's more fun. I was like, where did I'm losing everything. Thank you so much. That's exciting. I'm glad we figured it out.
I'm glad I was able, because I was thinking about that when you showed me. You know what? The eyes are green and yellow, so that matches with the plant, with the seeds. So
It's growing its next generation.
I like how you put that.
That's tough. We got so many dreams of their lives, and how they will make you so proud.
I'm gonna just do 20 since it's Sunday, and he's been through a few conventions already. And
Ooh, $5 off.
Yep.
I can't help but feel like that's the friend perk, maybe. I don't want to go too far.
There's that.
Favorite patron. There you go.
And you want a receipt for him?
No, I'm good.
Thanks for adopting. Do you want them in a bag?
Sure. Yeah, okay.
And if you want to get special and really confuse people, you can take your seedling out and tuck it into your hat.
Huzzah! Everybody! Huzzah!
Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah!
We're all going to war. Everyone right here is going to war right now. Come on, I need you, bubble blower. No,
I gotta do an
war with me, bubble blower. Come join me in the war.
He's perfect for this.
In modern warfare.
Exactly.
To war. Oh, join me. We're going to kill the queen.
Come on. Come on.
Kill the queen. Everybody follow right.
War!
War! 1, 2, 3. Huzzah!
Oh! Huzzah! Huzzah! I say this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. The next relationship I get in, because I date for marriage. I don't care what nobody say. I date for marriage. My special person, my twin flame, my wife, my better half. Not only will she be a nerd, but she will be somebody that's going to support what I do, whether in big ways or small ways. You don't have to see somebody's vision to support it. So that's where I'm at. And I think about all the people, all the nerds and the comic book lovers, the anime lovers, the weebs and the waifus. And to think that I represent all of them, not just here in Mississippi, but just the world over. If I were still dealing with Anna, I wouldn't even be at TupeloCon 2026 right now. I wouldn't have had the mental capacity to do so because I would have been too busy trying to be accepted by her friends and her acquaintances. And that's not love. It's not. I remember the last conversation that Rio and I had about her. And he said, well, bro, your Bible better than anybody I know besides my grandmother. So the scripture about what love is. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love endures all things. But there's one thing you also have to remember, bro. Love is not supposed to hurt. And I was talking to him, and I was saying, bro, it kind of hurts because I felt like I did everything right. He said something then. And even to this day, it has stuck with me like glue. He told me, bro, you did all the right things, but they were just for the wrong person. So now I'm being more mindful of who I pour into and what they pour into me. So I just want you all to look at this story and understand that when you have a purpose, you have to surround yourself with people that support that purpose. No matter what. Everybody's everybody is entitled to dream, to have a dream, some sort of aspiration. Don't dim your light just because it'll blind others. Don't do that. I'm living proof that you don't have to fit in to be legendary. You all, I am not going to lie. I am so happy that I could celebrate because the road that I'm on now to go home, this is the exact same road I took back in 2024. That night that all that craziness happened with Anna. And it's a night and day difference between then and now, because back then it was like pitch black, first and foremost. That's the first thing. And second, I had such a dark cloud over me. I was in such low spirits and low vibrations. But one thing I'll say, man, I love when I get a do-over. When I say that it's so refreshing when God gives you a second chance. And that's what he did. With TupeloCon 2026 was my second chance, man. And now I'm going down this same road that I was on 2 years ago, and I'm full. Like, when I say my heart is full, Lord Jesus, I'm so happy. So I want to say thank you to Braden Foster again. I want to say thank you to all the friends that I made. And I want to thank TupeloCon altogether for giving me the chance to be able to shine brightly and to be able to introduce so many people to my authentic self. So I'll see you all next year. And like always, love God, love yourself, and love others. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Geekster the Super Nerd coming with an important bit of information. Now, this has been an incredible journey for me, and those of you that have watched this video, you all have been able to bear witness to this journey. But there is another journey that I do want to emphasize: the journey of maintaining mental health. This is something that affects everybody, old and young, big and small, all ages, all ethnicities. Our mental health is something that keeps us grounded. So many people have committed suicide as a result of not having the tools they need to manage and regulate their emotions, to address their trauma, shadow work. All of these things are a part of strengthening your mind, your mental, and your emotional faculties. And that's why I'm telling you all to go to betterhelp.com. When you do, you're going to fill out a questionnaire that is going to get you assigned to a therapist that will fulfill all of your needs, whether you're dealing with anxiety, low self-esteem, relationship issues, a lack of self-love. They're going to assign you a therapist that will help you fulfill all of your goals as far as your mental health. I say this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. When you discover who you are, by default, you discover your purpose. You find out what you're meant to do on this earth. So click on the link right now. Fill out the questionnaire and begin your journey. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Geekster the Super Nerd coming with an important bit of information. Now, this has been an incredible journey for me, and those of you that have watched this video, you all have been able to bear witness to this journey. But there is another journey that I do want to emphasize: the journey of maintaining mental health. This is something that affects everybody, old and young, big and small, all ages, all ethnicities. Our mental health is something that keeps us grounded. So many people have committed suicide as a result of not having the tools they need to manage and regulate their emotions, to address their trauma, shadow work. All of these things are a part of strengthening your mind, your mental, and your emotional faculties. And that's why I'm telling you all to go to betterhelp.com. When you do, you're going to fill out a questionnaire that is going to get you assigned to a therapist that will fulfill all of your needs, whether you're dealing with anxiety, low self-esteem, relationship issues, a lack of self-love. They're going to assign you a therapist that will help you fulfill all of your goals as far as your mental health. I say this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. When you discover who you are, by default, you discover your purpose. You find out what you're meant to do on this earth. So click on the link right now, fill out the questionnaire, and begin your journey.